Hey guys, what is up? Stickboy here, and welcome to another Let's Watch. Well guys, I think that it's time to have a little fun here. A while back, I was introduced to this series, and if you read the title, you know what it is. This is DWK's totally legit recap of My Little Pony: Friendship is Magic. And a while back, I saw 3 or 4 of these episodes. I believe they were from season 8, and they were just really funny. And I got to looking at his channel, and it was enough to make me a fan of his channel. But I got to looking at his channel, and I see that these go all the way back to season 6. So before I watched any more of them, I was like, I really should react to these. But then I kept putting it off and putting it off and putting it off, and I think now is the time. I think now is the time to explore this channel and, really see if all of his episodes are as funny and just entertaining as the ones that I saw. So we're going to go back to the beginning of his channel, and we're going to just go all the way through these. I think these are generally around 10 minutes or so in length, most of them, so give or take. So I'm thinking maybe 4 episodes at a time, maybe 30 to 40 minute blocks. So we're gonna try 4, and if that works, then we'll continue to do 4 at a time. But I just this series, My Little Pony, is about to come to an end, and I really hate that. Honestly, I do. It's kind of going to be the end of an era for, I think, a lot of people, myself included. But this is one last chance to have a lot of fun with the series. I remember way back, Friendship is Witchcraft, and I remember had a lot of fun with that, and wished that I had been doing blind reactions at the time. I really wish I'd have started this a lot sooner. I would have certainly gotten a lot more of MLP in, and I would have gotten Steven Universe. I would have, picked up Steven Universe from like season 2, So, but it is what it is. But this is the only other fan-made content for My Little Pony that I've really enjoyed enough, besides Friendship is Witchcraft, that I've really had enough fun with that I would react to it. And so, without further ado, let's get into this because it's already kind of late at night. But here we go. This is totally legit recap for season 6, episode 1. So we're gonna do 1, 2, 3, and 4 out of season 6. So this is for the Crystalline Part 1. So let's see what he does with this, because I'm intrigued. I'm going to be honest, I'm very intrigued. So here we go. And I know that it's got like this little intro that I'm going to try to sync. May not, it's pretty quick, so I may not get it done, but we'll see. We'll try it. All right, here we go, guys. 3, 2, 1, play. Bum, bum, bum. Yes.
Alright,
flurry art.
Season 6 begins, and Glimmer is just stumbling around the Sparkle Hut when she ends up in Twilight's library. No, not that one. But whenever anyone says library, you always think of it for just a second, don't you?
It's true.
And she's like, okay, Twilight, I'm kind of confused. In what society that operates on any sort of logic whatsoever does trying to destroy life as we know it net you an apprenticeship with the ruler of the free world? And Twilight's like, well, dude, you just answered your own question. Now that I've replaced all of Celestia's narrative and practical functionalities, this is my house, and I make the rules. So, rather than turn you to stone or send you to Tartarus, you get to be my student. And don't worry about the past. I'm going to break your personality down to nothing and rebuild it from the ground up using my patent-pending friendship curriculum.
Okay.
And Glimmy's like, is it too late to opt for Tartarus? And Twilight's like, don't worry, Starlight. It won't even hurt. So she decides to get the fuck out of there, Twilight, and walks in on the rest of the main 6 sitting around with their thumbs up their asses.
Really?
Like, metaphorically.
Yeah.
Because, they don't have actual thumbs.
There you go.
And also, even if they did, that would be a weird thing to do. Not that I wouldn't
Well,
watch it. Maybe that'll happen in EQG4. Anyway,
it
Dash
could.
is like, dude, why are we here? And Rarity's like, wait, I thought you knew. And Applejack's like, man, when has Dash ever known anything even remotely useful? And Pinky's like, look, guys, I'm Pinkie Pie. And they're all,
Party.
man, just wait for your own episode like the rest of us. Jesus Christ. So Glimmer's like,
Yeah,
hey,
you'll
guys,
get
what's
one.
going on? And they're like, God damn it, is there a single person in this castle who knows what the fuck we're doing here? Then Spike shows up and he's like, all right, you assholes,
Spike
Cadence
knows
just
everything.
popped her crotch biscuit and we have to go to the Crystal Empire to help her take
Crotch
care of the
biscuit.
kid or whatever. And so Starlight's like, well, this has fuck all to do with me, so I'm gonna go eat a tub of ice cream and flick it till I pass out. And Twilight's
Sounds like a
like,
plan.
normally I'd say enjoy yourself and shower thoroughly, but it just so happens that your old friend Sunburst lives in the Crystal Empire now, so you're coming
yeah.
with me for your first friendship lesson. And Glimmy's like, wait, you mean the estranged friend that catalyzed my entire psychological breakdown just so happens to be hanging around the same place you need to go right
That's the
now for a
dude.
completely unrelated reason? Yes,
Yeah.
and what's wrong with that? That's bullshit, Twilight. You know it, and I know it. You know what, Starlight?
I think the writers
Let me
knew it too.
explain something to you. You stole a bunch of innocent ponies' cutie marks and brainwashed them into rejecting everything that made them special. But I thought, hey, everyone makes mistakes. Then you tried to do the same thing to me and my friends, but I said, you know what? She's a troubled individual, and I can help her. Then you tried to destroy everything I've ever worked for and damn me and everyone I love to miserable shadows of the lives that we have earned for ourselves. And I gave you a pass on that. I've put up with a lot of your shit, but if you question my plot conveniences, I will fuck you up.
Don't question the plot conveniences.
So they take a ride on the exposition train all the way to the Crystal Empire where Twilight's brother is waiting to greet them. And Twilight's like,
That's
hey,
like a memory
Shining Armor.
refresher for
Twilight,
me.
we need to talk. What's wrong? Okay, remember
long
back
time
when
since I've seen
Cadence
this
was your
episode.
babysitter and I had a huge crush on her? Yeah, of course. And remember how I found that book of forbidden spells and I did that ritual thingy to make her love me?
I
Yeah,
don't
dude, I
remember
helped
that
you.
part.
Twilight, do you remember what the price of that spell was? Yeah, we just had to promise the old gods that they could take your firstborn soul. Damn it.
Wait,
Damn
what?
it, we really shouldn't have done that. So Twilight's
Yeah,
like, hey,
that seems
Starlight,
like a bad
I just
idea.
realized I'm going to be occupied for a minute, but I mean, you're basically me now, so you can have Spike. So Spike
Yes.
drags Glimmy off, and the rest of them go to see the baby. And Twilight's like, oh god, the baby's a soulless abomination. And Cadence is like, it looks that way. And so Twilight's all, Princess Celestia, Princess Luna, what do we do? And they're like, bro, we don't know shit. We're just here so the bronies don't get mad. So the demon baby sneezes and blows a hole in like 10 floors of the Crystal Castle, and they're all like, dude, Candy, how the fuck was that thing inside you for 9 months? And she's like, alicorn womb, dude. Shit's like titanium. Meanwhile, Glims is super
I'm not gonna
satisfied
be
with
able to
herself
talk at
because
all.
she's tricked Spike into regaling the Crystal Ponies with tales of his exploits instead of supervising her lesson. And Spike's like, yep, that's how I one-shotted King Sombra and saved the Crystal Empire so that Starlight Glimmer could
shit.
come here and learn about friendship. Now let's go, you fucking amateur. Glimmy doesn't get it yet, but Spike has spent his entire life with Twilight and the last 5 seasons with all her crazy friends. His bullshit detector is more finely honed than your katana. So,
Take a deep
Starlight and
breath.
Sunburst hang out together for the first time since they were kids, and he's like, so, what's up? You aren't a miserable failure of a person, are you? And she's like, oh no, of
gives you
course
that
not.
idea?
Are you? And he's like, no.
Oh, no, look-
I'm a
look
wizard.
at me, I
and
just look-
she's like, wow, so that
know,
means you
I
create
look like I
powerful
got
new
all my shit
magic and
together.
stuff, huh? And he's like, nah, it just means I'm over 30 and still a virgin. And Glimmy's like,
Ugh.
dude, I will fix that for you right now if it means I don't have to talk about my life. Anyway, then the demon
Hey.
child has a fit of pinky withdrawal and destroys the
should probably
crystal
take that
heart,
deal.
which, as you know, enforces the crystal ban list. And so the entire empire is about to be flooded with a bunch of whiny comments about how the show is bad now. And everyone's like, so,
can't have that.
Twilight, this is the part where you pull something out of your ass and save us all, right? And Twilight's like, dude, I have a lot of things in my ass right now, but none of them can fix this.
Well, okay, that was every bit as funny as I remember it. So, oh my gosh, let's go with episode 2. I think we should be in the folder here. Let's go to open file. Damn it, I'm gonna have to do this every time. Oh gosh. Here we go. Alright, here we go. This is 6.2. All right, here we go. We ready? I know I'm ready. Are you ready? Deep breath. Deep breath. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, play.
So,
I recognize
when we
that
last
really
saw our
fast.
heroes, the crystal ban list had been deleted,
Yes.
and now the Empire is about to be sworn by shitposters. And AJ's like, okay, who's got moderator privileges here? And Celestia's like, well, technically me and Luna did, but when Sombra took over, he changed the password on the account and on our email,
Man, that
so we can't
sucks.
really do anything. I mean, we've been meaning to get in contact with Google about it, but we just kind of never got around
Well, you know,
to
they
it,
just
you know?
never...
And AJ's like, dude,
They just
are
never
you
get
guys
back
just
to you
completely
anyway.
incompetent? And Celestia's like, I'm not gonna answer that question, but don't worry, because there's one thing we can do. Yeah? And what's that? We're gonna argue with the commenters. And Twice like, okay, you guys go do that. We'll stay here.
That'll work
and,
for a little
like,
while, you know?
Figure out an actual solution.
Yeah,
And so AJ waits
stall
until
'em.
they're out of earshot, and she's like, yo, Twilight, I know you love Celestia. I mean, we all do. She's a very nice lady, and I respect her immensely, but I think she might be a fucking idiot. And Twilight's like, dude,
You
just
think?
don't do this right now, okay? So, meanwhile, these two are still trying to be friends again, and finally Sunburst is like, dude, Starlight, I know we were friends back when we were kids, and that Nalicorn princess wants
One of the
us to
ones
patch
that I
things
saw
up
from
and be
season
chill
8
again
was
or
all
whatever,
about
but,
Celestia
like,
being
I've
an
got
idiot.
my life and being a huge nerd to worry about, and I'm sure you've got your own bullshit to deal with, so, you know, we could just, like, not do this. And Glimmy's like, oh my god, dude, I wanted to say something, but I didn't want to hurt your feelings. Yeah, totally. Let's just not. I mean, I will add you on Facebook, but, you know, other than that, peace out and have a nice life. And Spike's like, Starlight, what the fuck was that? And she's like, well, he obviously doesn't give a fuck, and I pretended to feel the same way because despite how much I hate myself, for some reason I still have a massive ego.
I like
So
how they
what,
just
you're
didn't
gonna
notice
completely bitch out like
that there was a
Oh, Spike,
snowstorm moving
one day
in
when
during
you're
this
an
thing-
adult,
this
you'll
scene.
understand how easy and useful it is to convince yourself that giving up is an accomplishment. And Spike's like, dude, I guess you don't know, but I'm a legal adult, bro. Twilight hatched me when she was like 5. Wait, but she said you were a baby dragon. Yeah, because dragons live for like 1,000 years, man. And Glimmy's like, oh, well, now I feel really weird about that time I gave you belly rubs. And he's like, dude, you think that was weird for you? Turn my dick into a curtain rod, and then you just left. Anyway, that's not the point. Although we
can't be
should
blue
talk
balls,
about that
Starlight.
later. The point is, right now, Sunburst is probably doing exactly what I did after that belly rub, crying and masturbating. Obviously, he wants to be friends, but you guys are both too
Spike, you gotta
autistic and
speak up
terrified of
about that
rejection
shit.
to even try. And Glimm's just like, whatever, dude, fuck you. Let's find Twilight and go home so I can do it too. I've been horny since the beginning of part 1, and now I'm fucking depressed too. So Dash, Fluttershy, and AJ are trying to tell the Crystal Ponies that everything's about to go to hell and they should get back inside like now, but apparently they've
They're all...
forgotten how to communicate.
Yeah, they're all idiots.
Concepts. Also, this chick looks like she's about 70 years old, but sounds like she's 20. That shit's fucking freaky, man. Anyway, Glims and Spike realize something's wrong, so they find the others, and Glimmy's like, so, what's going on? And Ponk's like, you want the long version or the short version? The short one, I
Short
guess?
one.
Shit's fucked. Oh, well, yeah, that's definitely
That
not
pretty much
an
sums
optimal
it up.
situation. And Twi's like, dude, wait, I think I can fix this. Nope, it's fucked. And Candy's like, yo, Starlight, if you, know some random dude who lives really close by and just happens to be a genius who can magically unfuck our situation,
Yeah.
feel free to go get him.
Do you-
know, I'm just saying.
Is there
And
any
Glimmy's
way you
like,
possibly know one of
"Actually,
those?"
Now that you mention it. And Princess Twiggles is like, Spike, go with her. I don't need you anymore. So Glimmy goes back to Sunburst's place, and he's just been beating off and sobbing ever since she left. And he's like, dude, I'm so sorry we lost touch after I went to magic school.
Starlight,
I hope
you
it
said
didn't,
you could
mess
fix my
you up
virginity problem.
emotionally or anything. And Glimmy's like, oh, no. And
And then
Spike's
you
like,
left.
dude, you fucking damaged her. She started a cult and then tried to destroy the world. And Sunburst's just like, wow, I really hate myself. And Glimmy's like, dude, I fucking hate myself too. But look, shit's fucked, and if we don't set aside our angsty personal bullshit and do something to save the Crystal Empire, we're gonna hate ourselves so much more. Like, seriously, let's be decent people for once and do everything we can to help, and if we fuck this up, we can just kill ourselves. And Sunburst's like, you know what? That sounds good to me. And
Okay.
Spike's like, was that a joke, or did you guys seriously just make a suicide pact? Meanwhile, the OG diarchy is still
sounds like
fighting
the
with
latter, doesn't it?
commenters, and Celestia's like, God damn it, I'm running out of cogent arguments. And Luna's like, wait, you're legitimately trying to argue with them? I'm just
Of
posting
course.
Bane, bro. So Sunburst, being the smart motherfucker he is, realizes they can just use Celestia's old cell phone that's still connected to her email account to change the password on the Crystal Heart. Then they use 3-hour
enough.
corn authentication to log back in and turn off comments. Then he puts a copyright claim on the Old Gods channel so that all their souls, including the babies, go to him. And a few rituals and a blood sacrifice later, the loin biscuit from hell is now a normal child. Sort of. So
Yeah.
everything's fine, and Twilight's parents show up,
Well,
and they're like,
that
wow,
was a
there was some crazy stuff going on outside. Did something
very
happen?
workable
And
solution
Shiny and
that
Candy just, like,
you'd
don't
think
say
somebody would've
anything
thought of.
about it and give each other these knowing looks
Sooner.
like it's some kind of inside joke. I mean, one of the biggest cities in Equestria almost got destroyed. They're gonna see this in the paper tomorrow and be like, what the fuck, you guys? Why didn't you tell us? And so Sunburst is like, you know,
Well,
Starlight,
that
it
full
was
free
really
press
great to see you,
is
and
kinda-
I actually feel like
kinda
we're friends
questionable.
again. And Glimmy's like, oh, Sunburst, you better come visit me this time. And if you don't, I'll cut off your dick and kill your parents. So they're on the train home, and Twilight finally realizes that she has to back off and let Glimmy learn stuff on her own rather than trying to jam friendship up her tailpipe. And she's like,
Yeah.
I don't get it, Spike. Everything used to be so simple. Me and my friends were the good guys, we'd kick the bad guy's ass, and that was that. Now it's like, the biggest problems in my life are being a responsible
complicated.
teacher and helping my brother take care of his kid. And Spike's like, yeah, dude, that's
called-
called being an adult.
Yeah.
Well, it's shitty. Yep, but at least at the end of it, we get to die. Spike, I'm an alicorn. I might be immortal. Oh shit, dude, you're right. That fucking sucks.
Poor Starlight. Poor Sunburst. They just never got over it, did they? See, Starlight, you could have fixed his problems right then and there, but you didn't. Alright, let's move on. Let's see, 6-3. This was Gift of the Mod Pie, wasn't it? Alright, so let's see. Let's see what we get out of this one. This should be equally interesting. And Pinky getting that episode that she was patiently waiting for. Sooner than probably she expected. So, here we go. In 3, 2, 1, play.
Alright, so Pinky's like, yo, Rarity,
Okay.
you want to have an expository conversation? And Rarity's like,
Sounds
dude,
good.
what do we got to say? We're on a train to Manhattan so I can scope out a location for my new boutique. And Pinky's like, yeah, okay, we're definitely going to do that. But can we also try to get my sister a boyfriend while we're there? And Rarity's like, am I in the opener of a sitcom? So they meet up with
Well,
Maud,
you know,
and Rarity's like, yo, darling,
kind
what's
of.
been up? And Maud's like, Boulder and I have been trying to conceive. And Rarity's like, man, Maud,
How's that
you're
working
one
out for you?
humorous broad. I mean, how would that even... I put him in my vagina. And Pinky's like,
Well-
talk about getting your rocks off, right? Am I right?
Pinky just...
And so Rarity's like, dude, you were right. Your sister needs the D. And Pinky's like, word, just keep her occupied. I met this guy on Kick who said he'd go out with her, so I just gotta go meet him. It's totally legit. So Rarity
Kick, huh?
decides to keep Maud occupied by asking about her relationship. And she's like, so Maud, how did you and Boulder get involved? And Maud's like, by my mid-20s, I realized that my obsessive personality and bottomless pit of emotional baggage made it unlikely that I'd ever find a suitable partner unless I abandoned the one thing I was passionate about and spent my entire life searching for someone I might never find. I decided to marry myself to my career, and Boulder is a behavioral manifestation of the cognitive dissonance resulting from that choice.
How does he
Everybody's
do
like,
that?
Well, that's neat. And Maud's like, actually, you remind me a lot of myself when I was younger, but with clothes instead of rocks. So how are things going with you? And Rarity's like, oh yeah, things are great.
How does he do that?
Waiter, I'm gonna need a pitcher of gin over here. And Maud's like, you're not a very good conversationalist. So Pinky meets up with this guy she talked to on MySpace or whatever you kids are using now. But she finds
Totally
out that the
MySpace.
selfies she's been taking with her party cannon all day have become a meme on the pony internet. And he won't let
Oh,
anyone
man.
touch his sack unless she forks over the cannon so he can make some videos with it and gaffle some of that sweet, sweet YouTube money. So when
You know,
Pinky
you gotta do
finally
what you
gets
gotta
back,
do.
Rarity's like 12 shots deep and on the verge of an existential crisis. And obviously Pinky's hella depressed and she's like, hey guys, I hope you're having a better day than I am. And Rarity's like, oh god, I'm so alone. So Pinky pitches Maud this whole blind date thing, and after privately assuring Boulder that she's just humoring her little sister, Maud agrees to go along with it. Then they actually find the guy, and it takes Maud all of like 5 seconds to piece together what happens.
Wouldn't want to
and
hurt
she's just
Boulder's
like, that belongs
feelings.
to my sister. Give it back. And he's all, oh yeah? What you gonna do about it? And Maud's like, nothing. You're a sleazy street grifter with obvious hormonal deficiencies who cons people out of things that bring them joy amidst this nightmarish imprisonment in flesh we call existence. There's nothing I can do that would make your life worse, you absolute abortion of a person. And he's like, look, just take the fucking cannon back. Jesus Christ. And Maud's like, Pinky, it's really nice that you worry about me like this, but I'm happy with my life the way it is, even if it's a little unusual. Some of us are just okay with being alone forever. Right, Rarity? And Rarity's like, I'm still young. Why are you saying these things to me? Oh yeah, and she finds a location for a new boutique, which she'll be thinking about tonight when she's all by herself. So they all agree it was a fantastic day and decide to make this a yearly thing. The end.
I once knew a nigga whose real name was William. His primary concern was making $1 million, being the illest hustler that the world ever seen. He used to fuck movie stars and sniff coke in his dreams.
All right. Sounds like he had a good time. All right, one more here. We're going to go to open file. We're going to go to 6.4, which is, that is the Cutie Mark Crusaders episode. What was it called? Not Marks and Recreation. Oh, God. Well, shit. On Your Marks? Was that right? It was the first, it was the first one where they had their cutie marks. Yeah, it was called On Your Marks. All right, here we go. Let's pull her up. Let's put it at the beginning. And here we go. In 3, 2, 1, play. Bum, bum, bum. Disgruntled Apple Bloom. Yes, I remember that.
Oh boy, here we go again. So, the CMCs are trying to have their first meeting since getting their cutie marks, but they're way too preoccupied with staring at their asses to concentrate. And now they know how we feel.
Yeah.
So, Apple Bloom is like, all right, guys, let's go get our cutie marks. And Sweetie Belle and Scoots are like,
yeah, about
dude.
that.
And she's like, oh yeah. And I'm just like, dude, that happens to me a lot. Too. Basically what this all amounts to is that these three are getting older and they're developing different interests. Scootaloo likes being an adrenaline junkie, Sweetie Belle likes finding new and more elaborate ways to be boring, and Apple Bloom likes desperately clinging to a rapidly dissolving childhood. They try doing some shit together like singing, and potion making, and volunteer work with the mentally challenged. And finally Scoots is like, dude, why don't we still be best friends, but not drag each other into every stupid thing one of us wants to do? And Sweetie Belle is like, wow, that sounds totally reasonable and productive. And Apple Bloom agrees, even though it feels like they've punched a gaping, aching hole in her heart, because she's already learning how to bottle up and stifle her emotions like an adult. Then she sings the most beautiful song I've ever heard in my fucking life.
Yeah?
And I don't remember what happens next because I was crying. Anyway, look at Sweetie Belle. Look at that smile and the joy in her eyes. She just made the shittiest
I liked how when she got done with that song, like when she was sad, like her bow was drooping.
Like, I'm not good at
and
this,
then as soon as her mood perked up, her bow perked up too.
It's gonna be so much fun. You fucking tiny horses with your relentless positivity and your self-esteem. Just try it once, fail, quit forever, and feel ashamed like a normal person. So, Sweetie Bee and Scoots had a great day, and Apple Bloom has sunk into a psychotic depression because she knows that this is how it all starts. Pretty soon, they'll all be living in different cities and only see each other at New Year's, and they'll have to be like, hey, what's up? How have you been? Even though none of them actually care because that precious sibling-like relationship they had in their youth is dead, and all that's left is an awkward feeling of obligation. Sure, they'll start talking about things they did back in the day, say like, oh hey, remember that time we were happy and life felt like it had meaning? And after a few drinks, it'll almost feel like there's still a connection between them, and they'll share all their online handles and be like, dude, I will totally friend you on MySpace and follow you on Twimbler, and we should get together sometime and eat spaghetti or whatever. Then the next day when they sober up,
I
they'll
feel
go
like
right
we're
back
learning
to
a little
never
bit about
getting around to
DWK
it and
here.
feeling that nagging little guilt and sadness gnawing at the backs of their minds because they know it's never gonna be like it was, so why even try? Or, you know, that's just my take on it. Maybe she's thinking something else. I don't know. And
She's
like,
not
why
wrong.
do you guys hate me now? And Scoots is like, dude, we just want to have hobbies. What's the big deal? But I don't like change. Dude, Apple Bloom, life changes all the time and you just have to deal with it, you know? I mean, if you can't cope with change, your life is just going to be a waking nightmare of constant dread as you wonder whether or not today will be the one that shatters your fragile illusion of a status quo. You'll be a reclusive, nervous wreck of a person, and that kind of life's not worth living. Also, having hobbies is neat. Dude, I tried and I'm shit at everything except the stuff I already do. And Sweetie B is like, you don't have to be good at something to have fun. And I'm like, no, god damn it, Sweetie Belle, you don't have to be good at something to have fun. You have some weird inherent sense of self-worth and confidence. Normal people don't have that. If I'm not good at something, I fucking hate myself. Anyway, AB finally realizes that the world isn't black and white, and that when someone says, I'm busy, can we hang out later? It doesn't mean that they aren't your friend, it just means they're busy, but they want to hang out later. And that's actually a pretty damn appropriate revelation for someone who's like 12. So she stops being a clingy asshole and everything's fine.
True.
The end. Oh, wait, I forgot. So earlier when I was busy
say,
sobbing into my TV dinner and chugging box wine, Apple Bloom met this asshole who's really good at dancing but is scared of doing it in front of people. And I'm like, dude, fuck you. If I was good at anything besides jacking off and drinking, I would totally do it in front of people. I mean, I do both those things in front of people constantly, but nobody likes it.
Yeah.
Right. So the CMCs do what they do best and help
say,
give
you can
the
do that in front of people, but it generally doesn't go well.
Blah, blah, blah. He gets his cutie mark, and that's that. There's a common thread running throughout MLP that I, and I'm sure all of you, have noticed. Ponies who are good at something but have failed to realize their full potential. This guy just needed some encouragement, and voila, he found his destiny. Our good friend Glimmy is another great example. A brilliant sorceress whose emotional baggage led her down a morally ambiguous path. But hey, now that she's realized the error of her ways, she's kicking ass. I mean, she unfucked Trixie. What else needs to be said? That is a public service. Even Diamond fucking Tiara, the most consistent antagonist over the last 5 seasons of this show, wasn't really a villain, just a victim of horrible parenting, and she turned out to be a pretty cool chick when she learned how to use her talents for good. I've thought about this a lot, and it seems like there aren't really any intrinsically bad ponies, just those who've lost their way. Everyone in Equestria has a true place and has the potential for a fulfilling life, and that, more than rainbow magic or talking horses, is what makes it a fantasy.
Yes.
I need a bag of sticky gooey.
Yeah. I think I'm on the same page as DWK in some of these. All right, well, that's going to do it for that one. But these are definitely a lot of fun, and I definitely plan on doing more of these. So, but I do need to end this video and call it a night because I have to work in the morning. But these are a lot of fun, and I can see that I'm going to enjoy doing this series. So, hopefully you guys enjoy it too. If you do, make sure you leave a like, leave me a comment. I don't know, talk to me. I don't mind it when people talk to me. I usually answer them. Or at least, put a heart on their comment or something. Anyways, guys, take a deep breath. I haven't done that much laughing in a while, but especially that, what was it, that first episode, it just kept building, it just kept happening, and I just kept, I kept laughing at stuff, and they just built on top of each other until I was just, not even able to talk, so... Anyways, yeah, we're going to do some more of these. Not sure when, but it'll be soon. Anyways, guys, I'm going to go ahead and end the video now. So, until next time, I am Stickboy, and I will see you later.